Hey everybody, welcome back to another Judgment commentary of Kaguya-sama, Love is War, Ultra Romantic, but today we're going to be checking out episode 7, and last time, on episode 6, we started off by seeing a bunch of characters get some career counseling, which gave us some nice insight into what they plan to do with their lives, what they're interested in, and where they're going forward from here. But poor Kaguya, she had some issues with this because, you see, her dad decided that he was a little too busy to show up for the career counseling, so he sent Hayasaka's mom to be with Kaguya in his stead. Also, Miyuki's dad was there and he offered his assistance as well because he is a trained, licensed career counselor. How kind of him. But once they were in there and Kaguya was asked what type of career she might pursue, or maybe if she wants to transfer to a different school for more specialized training, she says that she only wants what her parents want for her. She has no interests beyond that. Which would mean she only wants what her dad wants because her mom is, unfortunately not around anymore. When deep down, let's face it, what she probably wants is to just be with Miyuki. She wants to go where he's going. Whether she wants to admit it or not, that's probably a priority on her mind right now. But unbeknownst to her, Miyuki said during his career counseling that he would like to transfer overseas to Stanford University, while Kaguya said that she wants to stay here because that's obviously what her dad would want. Now, Miyuki is aware that this would potentially separate him from Kaguya, and he doesn't really want that, so he has set himself a bit of a deadline here. If Kaguya doesn't confess her feelings to him by the time of the school festival at the end of the year, he will confess to her. I don't know if the poor guy will be able to make do on that, but we'll see. And he already took some steps to try to make sure that Kaguya confessed to him. He tried to set up a date with her, going to a different school's festival, under the guise that they would, just scope it out, see if they could get anything for their own festival, when, yeah, he just wanted to hang out with her. Of course, something went wrong, as is typical Kaguya fashion, where she kinda missed that he was trying to ask her out, so she panicked and just kind of rejected him unintentionally. And then when she tries to walk it back a bit later, still doesn't go well. They both lose all confidence and, back to square one. Also on the topic of Miyuki's confidence, he tried to ask Fujiwara to teach him a bit of guitar so he could impress Kaguya, but she immediately shuts that down, telling him that he needs to be a bit more objective about himself because he doesn't seem to understand that a lot of the times when he asks her for some help, he sucks really, really bad at it. And he makes it sound like, I'm bad at it, but I'm not too bad. But when she told him that he needed to look at himself more objectively, he started to get a little bit self-conscious and thought that maybe the reason Kaguya isn't asking him out is because of something wrong with him that he just can't see. And his solution to that was to push Miko up against the wall and ask her how she views him as a man. You can imagine how that went. In the end, he just asked Miko and Fujiwara how they viewed him and if they would have any interest at all in dating him, and both of them were scathingly honest. But once Kaguya walks in and he asks her what she thinks could be improved about him, she says that nothing needs to be improved. He's fine the way he is. Which you better believe, that gave him a bit of a confidence boost. So the episode focused quite a lot on Miyuki and his attempts at getting closer to Kaguya. I'd say it was a pretty good episode overall, even if it wasn't as over-the-top funny as some episodes. It still gave me some good laughs. Anyway, last episode was good, set up a lot of cool stuff that we will surely see a lot of going forward, but for now, let's head in for episode 7. So, fascinating episode today. A lot of points of intrigue there, for sure, as tends to happen, but right out of the gate we had the bonfire shot, which now I have some more context of, because we know that Miko likes bonfires a lot, and judging by what we're seeing here, this seems to be a flashback of sorts, right? When she was younger, she went to like a bonfire of some kind, had a really good time. I assume so because she does look a bit different in this little shot here. She's got some heart hair ties, which I don't think she normally has. But why was the episode called Miko Cannot Love? Maybe they'll go further into that in part 2, because that was just part 1. There didn't seem to be anything about her being incapable of loving, but maybe it has to do with the bonfire. But besides that first segment showed a bit more of Miko's positive traits, that she did go way out of her way to try to make sure that bonfire thing happened because she was just really into it. As we know, if Miko is anything, it is dedicated and hardworking towards her goals. But may I say, I found it interesting that we also got this side thing here with Ishigami having a feud with these 3 other dudes who are trying to win Tsubame's favor, and he just totally owned them right there. Yeah, it's a bit of a petty squabble, but hey, a win for Ishigami is a rare thing, and I'll take it. Also, as he pointed out when he was talking down to them, all 3 of them wear glasses. And hey, in the end, I think Miko's hard work is gonna pay off, and they're gonna get that bonfire that she wants so bad, and also, she seems to have made a bit of a connection with that, Onodera person. I'm saying her name weird, aren't I? But it seemed like there was a bit of tension with her earlier, but no, she's, come around to Miko a bit. She was very happy and hyped and positive about the bonfire, just as she was, and that's something the 2 of them can use to make a friendship. But then our next segment was a weird one. It just featured Kaguya's 2 fangirls going around asking everybody about the festival, getting their thoughts on that, but it did also introduce us more to apparently someone in the astronomy club who, if I recall, yeah, we saw them in the intro, and I pointed them out the first time, I think. But she, Ryuju Momo is her name, right? She seems very intense. Her dad's in the Yakuza, which is pretty crazy. And she has that teddy bear with the really big body and the tiny head. I'm a fan of that thing. Plus, Among Us sleeping bag. You can't tell me that's not what that is. Especially taking into account that she's in the astronomy club. Oh, also, the Tabletop Games Club was apparently planning a frickin' battle royale. Straight out of the book and film series battle royale, I assume. Where all of them just try to murder each other. I guess that's what the helmet would be good for. Kinda looks like the one in PUBG as well, which is also a battle royale. Also, they mentioned the Car 98, so yeah, probably a reference to PUBG a little bit too. But then, yet another segment of Miyuki not being good at something, and Fujiwara having to help him out, but this time, she put her foot down completely. No, I'm not gonna help him out, no matter what, he just needs to try to do it by himself here. Despite her motherly instincts trying to make her do otherwise. But hey, it gave him the perfect opportunity to open up around Kaguya a bit, share his inner feelings, his insecurities about not being good at stuff. And it allowed Kaguya to open up a bit too, because she was able to just truly, sincerely compliment him right to his face, remarking about how wonderful she finds it about his ability to grow and learn so easily, and his willingness to do so. Honestly, just such a genuine moment between the 2 of them, and it's heartwarming. And then they almost subverted expectations a bit with Miyuki being bad at the balloon thing, because at first, she was like, oh no, it turns out the balloons were old, and they don't keep very well, so they're gonna pop. And that was the problem. And then when she gave him the new ones, he sucked just as bad at it, so right back around the horn we go. Also, now I can see why it would be so grueling trying to teach him how to make balloon animals, because having to deal with them popping every 5 seconds, that would get old. But I like that both of them looked just as terrified right here when they realized what was going on. So overall, a curious mix today. We had some nice Miko stuff, some nice fleshing out of some side characters, and a little bit of Kaguya as well mixed into there. And then a nice, genuine, wholesome moment between Miyuki and Kaguya, born out of yet another instance of Miyuki not being good at things. And that's actually really worked well to round out his character a bit here, in that it's established that there are a lot of things that he's not good at initially, but he has this unique ability of once he gets, the hang of it, he can quickly adapt to it and become adept at it. Once he puts his mind to something, and with a little bit of help from his friends, he can accomplish it. Hey, it was a fun episode. I enjoyed it, but for now, I think that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed. What the hell was that? Subscribe if you want to stay updated on more. That would be great. Next time we got episode 8, the last episode that was subbed by GJM, before I have to go over to the official subs. But what are we getting into next time? Don't know. The festival is coming up, everybody's preparing for it, and there's a lot of sentimental things that are actually going to be on the line here. We've got Miko wanting the bonfire, We've got Miyuki wanting to confess to Kaguya. And heck, even in the background, we've got Ishigami who also wants to confess to Tsubame, but how much that's tied into the festival, I can't say. So, that's it, guys. Hope to catch you next time, but till then, I will see you guys later!